What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster-in-chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with an Orzhov tribal deck. And without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. It's Kaya's Angels. We did already touch upon this at one point when we did a Brewing with Kaya episode, I believe it was, a little while back. This deck, you know, the Angel Tribal deck, got me into Mythic 2 times last year. It was during the when they did that like play queue that was like the future of standard post rotation standard without the old sets or whatever. I can't remember what the play queue was, but where midrange suddenly came back and we got to finally play some of these decks that were just not working at all against Alrund's Epiphany and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's a bit of a tradition on the channel. I've been doing a video with these angels about once every 3 months or so, and this latest version includes some sweet new cards from Kamigawa, from Crimson Vow. There's actually nothing from Kamigawa other than the legendary lands, but hey, I've kind of run out of stuff to do with the Kamigawa stuff, and we're well into spoiler season, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to have a look at some of the older cards and see what we can do with them, especially considering that according to WotC themselves, there's going to be some angels coming out in the new set, which might give this deck some new tools, which I'm looking forward to trying out. So, Kaya's Angels. What are we trying to do here? Well, the plan is to use Kaya's -2 ability to double the tokens that we create. And therefore we need to have some token generators, and Angels tends to have quite a few. The first one is Firjas Retribution, which creates a 4/4 white Angels warrior token with flying and vigilance on the first chapter. So if you've -2'd your Kaya, you'll be getting 2 of those. So, you know, if we get the luckiest thing ever, maybe against control, they haven't deployed too many creatures yet that'll be allowed to attack your Kaya, which will come down on turn 3. So, you know, if it's mono white aggro, they'll play their like you know, 1 drop of choice, then they'll follow it up with a Luminarch Aspirant. You can't just play your Kaya into that, she'll get killed straight away. So usually you're trying to bring Kaya in maybe later on in the game and use the -2 and just try to get to that point using your other good stuff that we'll get to. But if we do get that nut draw, then it'll be like, and you know, the perfect matchup, then it's Youthful Valkyrie turn 2, Kaya turn 3, Firjas Retribution, or Starnheim Unleashed turn 4. And that's just a really, really great way to start the game, because you'd be getting, you know, a 1/3, which is a great little blocker. It gets in the way of whatever wants to attack your Kaya. You bring in your Kaya on turn 3, you +1, so that she gets a little bit more loyalty. Turn 4, you -2 and you cast one of your token generators. You get double angels. The 2 angels will trigger your Youthful Valkyrie, and then you're off to the races. But like I said, that doesn't happen too often, so we're probably usually like looking at casting Kaya like on turn 5 or something like that, and then set up for like a huge Starnheim Unleashed or something like that. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's take it from the top. Like I said, we've got a full playset of the Youthful Valkyrie. It's an Angel Tribal deck. It makes absolutely perfect sense to be running this card. Whenever another angel enters the battlefield under your control, you put a +1/+1 counter on Youthful Valkyrie, so it can grow quite quickly. I always get into this dilemma when you have this opening hand. We have both the Righteous Valkyrie and the Youthful Valkyrie in your hand. Do you cast the Youthful Valkyrie first and then the Righteous Valkyrie on top of the Youthful Valkyrie so that she gains a +1/+1 counter, or do you hold the Youthful Valkyrie back till turn 4, play your Righteous Valkyrie first so that you can gain 3 life off of casting the Youthful Valkyrie onto the Righteous Valkyrie? Lots of Valkyries. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but yeah. Most of the time I usually just play this one out on turn 2. Then we've got some great removal. Of course, Orzhov has the best removal in the format. We've got 3 copies of Fracture. I'm surprised we're seeing not so much of this in the format. There's so many Planeswalkers, so many artifacts, and so many enchantments that like being able to remove all 3 of those in a sweet little 2-mana instant speed package is just fantastic. So I've gone with 3 of Fracture. Then I've got 2 of Rite of Oblivion, which effectively means we can cast it 4 times. So it's kind of like having 4 of. Because of the flashback, and there's so many tokens that we can sacrifice that I thought it would be a good idea, and it kind of is mitigating the problem with Vanishing Verse that can only target monocolored permanents. Rite of Oblivion can target any permanents, so except for lands. So instead of going for 4 of Vanishing Verse, I've just decided to go for a 3-2 split here. Vanishing Verse, of course, fantastic. Don't need to reintroduce this card. It's been around for a while. Probably the most most played removal spell in the format. Then we've got a full place of the Righteous Valkyrie, of course. You know, why would you not play this card in Angel Tribal? It makes perfect sense. When we get to 27 life or higher, it buffs your whole squad by +2/+2, gains you life, is a great blocker against mono white and other aggro decks with its 4 toughness. Fantastic 4-drop, 3-drop, and had to be a 4 of. Then I did want to run a sweeper just in case we need to, pull the trigger, pull the plug and just sweep our own board. It does have to, unfortunately, happen sometimes, but the Righteous Valkyrie and the Youthful Valkyrie aren't the main win con here. Like, it's really Kaya and the token generators. So, if we can do the usual Righteous Valkyrie silly thing with, gaining a bunch of life and that, good. If for whatever reason it doesn't line up, then we've got a way to pull the plug and just clear the board and try and attempt our plan again. I really like Path of Peril because it's 3 mana sweeper that hits all the 2-drops that mono white deploys, and even all the 2-drops that Naya runes deploys, etc. Nice and early in the game, and then later in the game for 6 mana you can cast it for its Cleaves cost and just sweep the board entirely. So I've gone with 3 of Path of Peril. Might end up going with 2 and putting in one of these guys. What's his name? It reduces the casting cost of angels, just in case we can get like a Valkyrie Harbinger down a little early. But we'll make those adjustments on the fly, a la BrewLab, and as usual, of course, those adjustments and modifications will be reflected in the deck list that you can see in the video description down below, as well as on my EtherHub account for you guys to copy and enjoy. Then Kaya, I've already introduced. She's really in here just for the -2 and the +1. The -6 is, but the +1 is also quite nice. You get to make your angels a little bit bigger, your angel tokens a little bit bigger, and giving them death touch is great. And there's a good reason why we want them to be bigger, which I'll get to in a second. Then I've gone for, of course, 1 copy of Legion Angel. Why wouldn't you? It just takes up 1 slot in your deck, and then you get to have 3 in the sideboard, and they just keep coming in. It's a really persistent and annoying card that just keeps replacing itself whenever you cast it. Of course, that's going to trigger all of your angel synergies with the Youthful Valkyrie, but isn't really doing anything much with Kaya. But it's just a free card you would always include. Even the control decks that splash white have a Legion Angel in them these days, or any sort of mid-range deck that has white is playing Legion Angel just because it's that good. Then, of course, we're trying to make lots of tokens with Kaya's -2. So instead of the usual sort of 2 or 1 of Starnheim Unleashed that I run, I've gone with 3 of in this deck because it's just a fantastic 4-drop on top of Kaya's -2. You don't have to foretell it. You just cast it for 4 mana, and instead of just getting 1 angel for 4, which is also kind of okay, you would get 2. But if you can foretell it early game and then turn 8 or whatever, cast this huge Starnheim Unleashed on a -2 Kaya, you get like 16 angels or whatever the hell, and that is game-ending stuff, and it's kind of the main thing we're trying to do tonight, and I really hope to get it to go off at least once during tonight's gameplay footage. Then we've got a full playset of Firjas Retribution, which is a win con in and of itself, and this is the reason why I was saying we want some of our angels to get a little bit bigger with the Kaya's +1. Well, the first chapter makes an angel, so if we can -2, make 2 angels, great. And of course, those 2 angels hitting a Righteous Valkyrie will net you 8 life gain, and you'll be putting 2 +1/+1 counters onto your Youthful Valkyrie, so already just fantastic. But the second chapter says that until end of turn, angels you control gain tap, destroy target creature with power less than this creature's power. So as things are, they can only get rid of things with power 4 or less. No, sorry, 3 or less, because it has to be power less than this creature, not equal to or less. So if you can start putting some counters on these angels, then suddenly the second chapter of Firjas Retribution becomes a great little bit of additional removal on top of the already good removal we have in the deck. So really liking that. And of course, because of the vigilance, you can attack first and then tap them to destroy things. and still get in for damage. And then the third chapter is the wincon. I mean, angels you control gain double strike until end of turn, even on like turn 5, even if you haven't gotten to do the -2 doubling tokens thing with Kaya, as long as you've got like a few of these angels in the air, that can very, very often end games very, very quickly. So a fantastic little saga here, coming back all the way from Kaldheim. And talking about like weird sort of removal that isn't instant speed or sorcery interaction type removal, we've got 3 copies of Rampage of the Valkyries. When it enters the battlefield, you create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. Again, don't have to resay -2 Kaya, you get the double, blah, 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 blah. But whenever an angel you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature. So, you know, if they are highly incentivized, perhaps because, oh crap, here comes Firja's 3rd chapter, I'm about to die, I need to destroy these things. When they do, they also have to sacrifice one of their creatures, so that it can often put an opponent in a very tough situation with their decision making, and I love doing that to opponents and watch them squirm. You know, they only have their 1 Goldspan dragon out or something, and they get rid of your your angel that's about to attack, but they also have to sack their Goldspan. Epic. And that brings us to the final card in the deck, which is another token pooper outer, Valkyrie Harbinger. This is a crazy good card if you can ever get to the 6 mana. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain 4 or more life this turn, you create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. If you've just got Righteous Valkyrie in play and you play the Valkyrie Harbinger, Righteous Valkyrie gains you life equal to the creature's toughness, so you'd be gaining 5 life, which satisfies the rule there of the Valkyrie Harbinger. You'll be gaining more than 4 this turn, so you will be definitely pooping out one of these angel tokens, which gains you more life with the Righteous Valkyrie. And of course, if you've got Kaya down and you've -2, then you'd be getting 2 of those. This is just a sort of win more. When we get to this point, it's usually game over. I'm thinking it might be a good idea to, because I did initially have Haunting Voyage in the deck, maybe to just have 1, because there's not that many creatures. It's more about the tokens, but maybe we go for like 1 Haunting Void, 1 Valkyrie Harbinger. That's a lot better. Then we have also a way of reanimating our stuff if we hit our own board with the sweeper. And that's the brew. Kaya's Angels, kind of play on words on Charlie's Angels. We've got the usual shenanigans going on in a BrewLab mana base. 1 of each of the creature lands, 2 of each of the legendaries, because Takenuma is quite handy, and you know, an extra removal spell in Eiganjo there. Then 2 Field of Ruins as usual, and the rest are just basics and duels. That's the deck. Let's jump into some games. We're definitely going to be playing on unranked. After yesterday's terrible, terrible luck, I've painstakingly clawed my way back into Diamond 2, and I just really, really need to make Mythic tomorrow so that we can enjoy spoiler season and just create some nice janky brews between now and Streets of New Capenna hitting Arena. So yeah, just please excuse me while we play some unranked. I don't think that this deck isn't ranked ladder ready. Actually, I think it might be a little bit of a sleeper, but I just don't want to risk it. It was a real struggle getting back into... Ugh. Okay, let's keep it. Let's keep it. We've got the sweepers in case we need to hit the aggro guys, and if we top deck a 3rd and 4th land, then we're really off to the races. We need white, 2 white, 2 black. It's a little bit wonky. Ha! Why do these people come and play this rubbish in this queue? I don't understand, but okay. Go and play this in rank, dude. It's one of the best decks in the format. Naya Runes. So sick of it. We really need to hit a black land now. Yes, please. Badamsh! Off you go. Whew. Thank you, deck, for listening. We needed that land big time. Here comes the Runeforged champion, probably. No, you didn't have it? Haha, that makes me so happy. Okay, now we can safely play Kaya. we're only going to take 1 damage at the most.
By the look of you, this will be a quick job. Oh, I've got the...
And we'll probably go for the Firjas, because we're not making that many. Unless we get another land, then we might go for the Starnheim. Then we'd get 4 angels. There's the champion. We'll probably try to get the one rune that actually buffs your creature a little bit. I think it's the trample one. And put it on the companion. Yep. So that he can do maximum damage to Kaya. What's that going to be? Just 2? We'll still be able to do the -2. Even if she dies to doing the -2 once, it's okay. Okay. Now we still only take the 1, so we don't lose our Kaya. That's nice.
Don't pick fights you
can't. Okay, you ready?
This time, I brought backup.
Skablanche. I start growing them a little bit, and we can Vanishing Verse the Rune Forge. Green Bean. Playing the stupidest deck in the format. That's only +3/+3. If he goes for the Kaya, I'll just let him go for it. I'm not going to block. Sure. Five life is quite annoying. But we're going to remove both of these guys right now. X is 2. Lining up for the 3rd chapter of Firjas next turn. 1. 2. What's this gonna be now? If we're allowed to get this to go off, if he doesn't have like a borrowed time or something for the Firjas, that's how much damage? 1632. It's gonna be a GG. You better have something for that Firjas, bro, or you're a dead man. Sure, I'll take that damage. It's really put a nail in the coffin. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Off you go, Naya Runes. Get stuffed. Go play that in the rank queue, you silly green bean. Alright. Managed to pull off a pretty decent little -2 there on the first game. Like I said, it's not... Even if it's just once, it's usually enough. Because it's that tempo play where you just get a little bit ahead of the opponent. And that's what it's all about. Also, Path of Peril. You know, on turn 3 there. If we got lucky with the land coming when we needed it there, if we hadn't drawn that land, things would have been very different, of course. No white source. Okay. Let's keep the path. Although we need to play 2 white to get the Firjas down. Let's see what this ends up being. If it's mono white, we might play it on black. Okay. Selesnya midrange. Renin 7. That sort of thing. So we go for the... Okay, now we've got the double white because of the dual land. So we can go for... We can just play this out on... Oh, there we go. Perfect. He's probably already thinking, ah, oh, clerics, meh. Please don't scoop. Please don't concede. Oh. Chaos 189 versus the Lone Fox. Okay, never mind. It's life gain nonsense. So let's just definitely go for the Path of Peril, because our Righteous Valkyrie will not get hit by that. Yeah, I think that's definitely the way we should be going about this. But zap. Could have Tamio safekeeping. Nope. Okay, fine. Be that way then. Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't have another Valorous Stance in hand. I bet you he's dying for another white source. That's gonna die. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to, you know, do a big Starnheim, but I think it'll be in our best interest to just cast another, you know, make another 4/4 right now. Attack, then tap. Maybe he's got the Tamios. No Tamios. Haha. Off you go, Selesnya life gain. You only come across this nonsense on the unranked ladder, really. Huh. Trelisara, freaking Voice of the Blessed. It's like the easiest newbie deck. I don't blame anyone for playing it. I've done my fair share of life gaining. It's just so yawn-inducing. And apparently it's a real menace in Historic. If you guys play Historic, let me know in the comments if you can confirm that. But I seem to see a lot of complaining about that in the various social media that I'm in. People are like, oh yeah, today I just played the Historic and it was like 6 life gain decks in a row or something, blah 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 blah. Fortunately, there's not much of it in Standard in Ranked queue. Yeah. Yes. Okay, green might be a Path of Peril shenanigan. If we get another black. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very nice. Sorry to have to do this to you. Bazinga. Now we can safely play Archaea, which is just amazing. Because Jugan will only come back, you know, next turn, and then he won't be able to attack yet.
Undead are stubborn, but I'm relentless.
This is sorcery speed, so anyway, it costs flashback on this is just too expensive. So only a 2/2 for now. Nice idea though. I like what you're trying to do here. But here comes the pain.
Oh, give up already. You're outnumbered.
Ayo! think I'm just going to -2 again and bring out another Firjas or a Rampage. It's ideal when... Don't scoop! Don't scoop! We were going to do fun things. For me. Alrighty. Definitely going to go for a little bit of a shorter video tonight. It is very late. It's actually 4:20 in the morning. Hashtag 420. I did have a beauty sleep before, and I set an alarm to get up to record. But I just spent an hour doing the spoiler talk episode, and I'm really tired. So we might just do a slightly shorter deck tech today. Nemesis 06. Let's go. Oh wow. New playing field. I haven't seen this one before. That's cool as fuck. Ooh, double Valkyrie, baby. Bye-bye. Probably gonna be a Righteous Valkyrie. No, no third land. Yay! Someone else is bricking for once, not me. I think we play the Youthful Valkyrie and Foretell Starnheim. Play it safe. I knew it. Okay, now it's a race to 27. Who can get there first? I believe it shall be me. I was hoping for a 5th land there, though. And the fact that we're splashing black gives us the edge, I think, in this matchup. Okay. Sure. I never understood why you would do something like that. No. Come on, 5th land. Come on, 5th land. Don't do this to me. Okay. Probably should have gone with the fracture. That was a misplay. Still no 5th land. Now I'm really hating the fact that I used that Vanishing Verse. Okay, at least. Nice, man. Coming prepared. Sure. Let's go with white, probably is the way to go here. If we get another land, I probably will go for the Starnheim over the Valkyrie. Okay, never mind. Come on. One more land. The best thing ever is playing this on top of the Valkyrie. Oh no. What a disaster. Yeah, but we've got him, I think. I got the better angel. Sorry, bud. Starnheim Unleashed is coming down next turn. You're screwed. These two together. Fine. I'm gonna get a bunch more 6/6s. Can't do that, can you? Oh, that's just amazing. 1, 2, 3 angels. I mean, you gotta concede, right? At this point. I could have gone with the Angel of Destiny, but I prefer the other guy. Sure. That's fine with me. I've got another few of those lying around. That doesn't hit the freaking tokens, but it does hit our poor Righteous Valkyrie. Ole! Down to 2. He has to sacrifice a creature. He'll sacrifice the Skyclave. We get a 3/3. You still don't want to concede yet? Got him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've done a good job of illustrating everything that the deck is supposed to do. I did mention I would like to do a slightly shorter video, so I think that's going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. The one card we didn't really get to show off was the Voyage, Haunting Voyage, but we did get to do the -2 Kaya quite to good success there at one point. We did get the Firjas Retribution wincon. We did, get the removal off of the Firjas and the Rampage. We did get to cast the Valkyrie Harbinger on top of the Righteous Valkyrie. So, Path of Peril saved our asses twice in those games. All in all, I think a very sweet little mid-range deck that tends to get overlooked because it's mostly old cards. And I think slotting in a Kaya instead of whatever other angel you wanted to play is a pretty good idea and worth considering. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Definitely try to take it for a spin for me and, give me some feedback in the comments how the deck performed for you. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all tomorrow for some more spoiler talk episodes and some more fresh brews. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.